Let's go find some treasure.
There's still a lot.
I won't hold you back. Off we go. Adventure time! Skyward! Got him! Yeah! Skyward!
One with the force.
Shine down! Everybody stand back! Skyward! Got him!
I hear everything. And Shroud.
Illusion shattered! In concert! Yeah! Skyward!
Yeah. Can't see?
Stray clouds converge! Inazuma shines eternal! Shine down!
And Shroud. Let's nip that in the bud.
Yeah! Scatter! Skyward!
One with the force. Yeah.
There is no escape! Let's light it up! Yeah! Scatter! Shine down! I'm going in! Now you shall perish! There is no escape! Yeah! Scatter! Skyward! Make way for the...
I'll bury you! I hear everything! so hot. Even a mist flower would melt in this heat. Now that I think about it, it wouldn't. But you get what I mean. Keep up.
It seems like there's another event going on at the Court of Fontaine. Look at that. Roadside...
Is this really okay?
I told you I could do it using the leftover funds from the original deposit. Don't tell me you're afraid that I cheaped out on the dress.
No, not at all. I have only the fullest faith in your work, Miss Chiori. I'm just in shock, that's all. It's always been my dream to wear a Chioria boutique dress for my wedding. I really thought the chance had passed me by.
Wait, isn't that Chiori? She's actually at her shop today? Oh, you've got a point there. Well, once she's done with her customer, we can go and ask her.
I'm a woman of my word. If I say I can do something, then it'll be done. The first rule of business is to always keep your promises. Now, remember to not fold the gown, or store it under direct sunlight. I'd recommend only taking it out on the day of the wedding. But from the look on your face...
Oh, I'll try my best. Once he sees me in this, his jaw is gonna drop straight to the floor.
Chiori, you're actually at your shop today!
Is that really so shocking? It is mine, after all. Anything you're looking for today? A custom design, or perhaps some ready-to-wear outfits for kids?
Hey, Paimon's not a kid!
Oh, that... Well, if news of the event has reached your ears, I suppose the Fontaine Apparel Association's advertising efforts have paid off.
Are there any fun and popular activities that we can take part in?
Ugh, Fashion Week isn't what I'd call fun. But it certainly always attracts a crowd. It's a fashion extravaganza that only takes place once a year, after all.
Will you be showing off some of your designs, too?
Of course. All designers at the Court of Fontaine use the week to advertise their brand. If you're lucky, you could even land a large amount of orders as soon as the main show ends. Come to think of it, it was also at a previous Fashion Week that our label first took off.
Aren't you pretty much an established name now? People will still buy your clothes even if you don't participate this year, right?
Yeah, that's not quite how it works. While many people buy clothes for fit and style, the fashion industry also strongly values a label's artistic vision and creative direction. Why would anyone patronize a label that hasn't even bothered to put out any new designs for the year? In the end, fashion is just a representation of the spirit of the times. People support your brand because they support the vision it represents.
Huh. Okay, so maybe fashion's more complicated than Paimon thought. All that complicated stuff aside, you're saying we'll be able to see new Chioria designs at the show?
Absolutely. The designs have already been finalized. I'm just waiting for the fabrics to arrive.
Ooh, are you using materials you can't get in Fontaine?
Well, I still have a certain partiality to Inazuma-made fabrics. The textures are pleasant to the touch, and their familiarity gives me a sense of security.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's that feeling of home.
Ugh, something like that. Yes.
We're a long way from Inazuma, though. Aren't you concerned that your shipment might get lost or stolen along the way?
No need to worry. I've already taken steps to ensure that it'll arrive safely. I've entrusted the job to Komani Express's most reliable courier.
Excuse me. Coming through. Coming through. Chiori, your shipment's here. I know it's quite late, so I'm really, really sorry.
Deep breaths, Kirara, then start again.
Oh, so Kirara's the courier you were talking about.
Oh, hey, Traveler in Paimon. Fancy seeing you here in Fontaine. It's been a while. Wait a second. This is the second time that you've seen me flub a delivery job now, isn't it? Oh, you somehow always happen to catch me off my game, huh?
So, what was the holdup? Sailing delays, bad weather?
Huh? No, nothing like that. I just ran into a bit of trouble, that's all.
Bandits, then? Or treasure hoarders? A few run-ins on the road aren't usually enough to give you any trouble.
Well, I didn't run into anyone exactly. I just got a little lost.
Keeping you honest as always, I see.
All right. I was stopped by a group of bandits as soon as I entered Fontaine. They were a little different from the ones I usually run into. I could hear them mumbling about Komani Express. It was obvious they were looking for someone with two tails.
So it was a
I got the sense that they were actually targeting Chiori's goods.
My fabric shipment?
Yeah, they said that I could go as long as I left the goods with them. Otherwise, they'd stuff me into my delivery box and toss me into the sea to drown.
Oh, are you okay, Kirara?
Oh, I'm good. I'm still a yokai after all. I turned them over to the guards. It just took me a while to round them all up.
Well, it's not completely out of the ordinary for one of your deliveries to get intercepted. But it still doesn't make sense how you knew it was my goods they were after. You've got other deliveries to make in Fontaine, don't you? Is there something else that you're keeping from me?
Huh? Well...
Perhaps I need to reconsider how many stars to give you in my review.
You always know how to get me, Chiori. Alright, I'll talk. So, I kinda wanted to know why anyone would order a hit on me, so I spent a bit of time investigating. One of the bandits had a loose tongue, which saved me some time. He said that a certain person had commissioned them to intercept Chioria Boutique's delivery.
And who might this person be?
Chiori, why don't we just let this one go? I mean, I didn't really get injured, and you've still got Fashion Week to worry about.
I appreciate your kindness, Kirara, but if I don't teach this person a lesson, I doubt they'll stop here. Anyone that dares to mess with one of my friends deserves a stern talking to and then some.
All right. The guy said that the commissioner was someone by the name of Uter.
Uter. No, that name rings a bell. Wouldn't you say, Kirara?
Well, that's exactly why I didn't want to bring it up to you.
So you both know this Uter guy?
Through Chiori's complaints about him, sure. He's a fellow fashion designer who's made it his goal in life to make hers as miserable as possible.
Oh, so he's like a business rival.
A rival is what you call someone who fights you fair and square. Uter, however, just has it out for me as a designer. He's publicly disparaged my design choices, my use of materials. He's practically tried every trick in the book to ruin my good name. I've already warned him before to compete with me fair and square, but I guess he prefers playing dirty. Well, I'm more than happy to oblige.
Wait, Chiori, where are you going?
To teach someone a lesson. You must be tired after your long journey. Why don't you rest in my shop for a little while before heading back?
Chiori! Wait!
And she's gone.
Oh no. What should we do?
You seem concerned. Should we be worried about Chiori?
Well, she's always been the type of person to face things head on. But with her fiery temper, I'm just worried whatever she's about to do will feel negative publicity about her right before the start of Fashion Week. Traveler, Paimon, could you go after her and check out the situation for me? As a formal employee of Komonia Express, it wouldn't be appropriate for me to get involved.
Yeah, we'll take good care of Chiori.
To be honest, I'm more worried about that Uter guy's safety.
Yeah! Skyward! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Any chance you're on the clock, officer?
Nothing good ever comes out of you addressing me like that. Oh? And I see the Traveler and Paimon are here too.
Chevras, we meet again.
Well, things have been fine on my end. We were able to bring in a large number of recruits thanks to that film we made. I suppose the trade-off is that I'm now constantly getting stopped for autographs while out on patrol. Not ideal, if you ask me.
Well, you were one of the leading roles after all.
So, did something happen?
Indeed it did. I'll need you to come with me.
I only ever hear that phrase from you. Usually I'm the one asking people to do that.
Well, are you coming?
Not before I know what you're planning.
Have I ever made a bad call?
The better question is, have you ever made one that didn't violate proper procedure?
Okay. A man hired a group of bandits to mug my friend. I'm about to go teach him a lesson.
Are you sure this is something you should be telling the captain of the Special Patrol? It's getting hard to tell whether you're here to report a case or turn yourself in for one.
Neither. I'm requesting personal supervision from said captain, so I don't do anything too out of line.
Are you planning to?
Not if I can help it.
All right. Where is this person?
Follow me.
Just promise you'll start trying to keep yourself out of trouble.
This should be the place. You all wait here. I'll go have a chat with him.
You know, Chevras, Paimon gets the sense that you two are actually pretty close.
It's just as Chiori said. We got to know each other pretty well in our lines of work. You could call it a you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours sort of situation.
Does Chiori often need your help?
I'd say it's mutual. The Special Patrol needs her help quite often as well. We've got tough problems of our own. Getting people to talk, for example. The uniform, the musket, they're intimidating. Most people clam up the minute they see us. Lips sealed so tight, getting them to talk almost feels like trying to break into the fortress of Meripede. But put them in a clothing boutique, and they suddenly start gushing faster than the waters at the Fountain of Lucine.
Oh, is it because they're trying to show off or something?
Yep. People are vain creatures. They can't help but want to talk up new developments in their lives or show off how much they know about other people. And nothing brings out that sort of vanity quite like fashion. As a result, Chiori often picks up on all kinds of information in her shop. Most of her customers are members of the upper class, which means they're pretty much up to the gills in wealth and intel.
You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. Huh, Paimon gets it now.
Exactly. I'm also here to ensure Chiori's safety. Those who make trouble for her also tend to be rich and powerful. And in some very rare cases, I'm forced to protect other people from Chiori herself. So, who got on her case this time? It's been a while since I last saw her that angry.
Oh, so this is what happened.
Huh? Uter, you say?
You've heard of him?
Yep. He's made trouble for Chiori several times already. He's fond of pretty much every dirty trick in the book. I heard that even the Maison Gardiennage issued him a warning due to his behavior. So he's back at it, huh? His funeral, I guess.
Whoa, what's this about a funeral all of a sudden?
I just meant that Uter's done for. Now bring it in, you two. Get right up close.
Sure, but why?
Because this is probably going to turn into one of those very rare cases I just talked about.
What are you doing? Stay away from me!
Has anyone ever taught you the definition of stupidity?
Huh?
Stupidity is doing the same meaningless thing over and over again. It appears you've forgotten what I told you before. So, allow me to refresh your memory. Lay off the dirty tricks. Oh, and if you dare lay your hands on my friend again, you can expect a far less pleasant landing next time.
Ahem. Chiori?
Officer, an assault's in progress! Please, officer, you've got to do something!
Of course. I'll do my utmost to investigate the situation. Unfortunately, I was chatting with this traveler and seemed to have missed what happened. Not to worry, though. If you'd allow me to search the scene, I'm sure I'll be able to collect some useful evidence. You don't mind, do you? There's nothing in there that would implicate you in any illegal activity, I would hope.
Forget it. It wasn't that big of a deal.
Ms. Chiori, I must also ask you to refrain from engaging in such disorderly conduct in the future, especially out in the open like this.
Apologies, officer. I guess you could say I'm just used to tossing out any trash I come across on the street.
You...
Is there anything else either of you have to say for yourselves?
That's all from me. I sincerely hope that today's events will never happen again.
We'll see about that.
Whoa, that scared the heck out of Paimon! How did he just—
You're too kind.
Now's not the time to be accepting compliments. What happened to not doing anything too out of line?
Oh, not if I could help it, is what I said. And I think I kept to that. I started with a verbal warning, but he displayed neither shame nor remorse. If anything, he kept running his mouth with insults and threats.
Insults and threats so bad that he deserved to be tossed out like a sack of trash?
Believe it or not, they were that bad. He deserved to get knocked down a peg. It's the only way to get him to stop.
You could have reported him to the guards.
Oh, I will. But it'll take some time for them to gather evidence. And he denied that he ever had anything to do with those bandits. I don't want anything else to happen during Fontaine Fashion Week. On top of that, if Kirara is going to continue delivering goods for me, the least I can do is guarantee her safety. Oh, that reminds me. There is another favor I'd like to ask of you today.
What a shame. I believe you've already used up your favor quota for the day.
Have I? Well, it's a good thing I was planning on taking an advance on tomorrow's quota then.
Don't you think you're maxed out on advances already?
I always pay you back in information, don't I? It's just like you said. You scratch my back, and I scratch yours. We're back.
You were gone for an awfully long time. Oh, please tell me nothing bad happened.
There's nothing to worry about. All you need to know is that you'll never have to worry about someone in Fontaine messing with your deliveries again.
Sorry, Chiori. I didn't mean to cause you so much trouble.
What are you talking about? You didn't do anything wrong. Those greedy bandits are to blame, along with a certain someone who doesn't know when to lay off the petty tricks. The next time you need to leave the city, call the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. They'll escort you half of the way, and the Spina di Rusula can take the second half. With that sort of escort, the next time you make a delivery, those treasure hoarders won't go anywhere near your goods. Unless, of course, it's to offer to carry them for you.
Good one, Chiori.
I'm being serious. You know me. If I bring something up, you can assume it's already a done deal. You're going back to Inazuma tomorrow, right?
Wait, you don't mean...
I've already spoken to the captain of the Special Patrol. As discussed, the patrol's going to take a small detour during their daily training tomorrow. As for Navia, I'll give her a heads up in a bit.
There's really no need. I'm just a simple courier. I don't need to be surrounded by a bunch of armed guards. Or ones with sunglasses, for that matter. Don't you think this is a bit much?
Well, you certainly shouldn't count on such a procession for every trip you make to Fontaine. It's just a one-off thing. For my own peace of mind. It'll also show those guys what'll happen to those who dare to mess with my friends.
Well, if you think it's a good idea, Traveler, then I guess it's fine.
Well, with the bad guys out of the way and your goods safely delivered, everything
I believe so. I'll try to turn...
Paimon's gonna take a...
But of course, that's also why this year's
But isn't your brand already really famous, Chiori? Your clothes are so pretty and so nice to wear.
Even so...
Well... I mean...
Then it's still not famous enough. My goal...
All of it?
Wait, would that mean I could just go to any Chioria branch on the continent to get my clothes fixed? It has been pretty inconvenient having to come to Fontaine every time.
Alternatively, of course.
Well, if that's your dream, Chiori, then we should... Ooh, what is it?
Why don't you come to my...
Oh, so we get to try...
Seeing them off the rack.
Sounds easy enough.
No need. If you like them, though.
Ooh, sounds good.
Then we have a deal. You'll...
Yep, sounds good. Wait. Chiori, we're here!
You're here early. I haven't even opened the shop yet.
Wait, has Kirara left already?
Yep, with the Special Patrol. Bright and early.
Did everything go all right on the road?
I believe so. The patrol makes for quite the entourage. The way they marched forward with Kirara in the center, you'd think she was some. They took care to clear the path beforehand. I even heard that Navia decided out.
Sounds like Navi a real...
My thoughts exactly.
You know,
I suppose that's why Navia has a certain. That same spirit.
it's like finding the...
Indeed.
Huh. And here...
Fashion is about more than just looks, my dear. Especially if you've got your sights set on a mark. Well.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed.
Set them up.
Just carefully organized.
Whoa, there sure is a lot that goes into running a store.
Well then, I'll leave the displays to you.
So, we just need to put all the clothes with similar styles together, right?
Ugh, you didn't get bought out by my competitors, did you? Ugh, never mind. Anyway, over here, stand still. I'll take your measurements first.
Excuse me, Miss Chiori.
Oh, good morning, Leanne. How have you been? Your gown will be ready next.
Oh, no.
Cancel.
But you can...
Don't worry about the materials. I'm more concerned about you. It's all right. I'm not trying to make things...
Thank you.
Don't worry about it. Just let me know if there's anything I can...
Is it just Paimon, or was she acting a...
It's not a big deal. These things happen, everyone. A family emergency, judging from the look on her face.
Well, guess this means you'll have more...
That's true.
Is Miss Chiori in?
I am. How can I help you?
I'd like to...
Oh.
It's just, not...
Is there something about...
No need. You don't have to...
And I'd be happy...
Chiori here. I'd like to return my outfit.
Another one?
Is there some sort of... Surely the entire population of...
What kind of rags are you trying to sell us, huh? The way I see it, this shop is nothing more... Please, calm down.
What?
Haven't you heard? Chioria Boutique has been...
And just who?
Well, you tell us.
I've been transparent. If a little hearsay and baseless slander are enough to convince you, then by all means...
You...
Elof!
Miss Chiori?
Go outside and help these customers with their return... And once you're done...
Got it.
Chiori...
They couldn't be more The real goal here is to divert my attention away from Fashion Week. The best response right now is to tune it out and...
If you say...
The best way to respond to public skepticism is to let your work speak for itself.
Miss Chiori, bad news.
Oh, for the love of...
It's our accessory.
What? No accessory.
Yes, that's...
And what about the models we asked them to book for us?
I think...
Even the supply...
Is the messenger still here?
No, they've already left.
So, no accessories...
Not just that.
But if you...
Olaf, you stay and watch.
Yeah, and we can...
Thank you. In that case... Skyward! Got her!
By the way, we really are just going to talk, right?
Of course.
Who is it?
Venger, we've worked together all these years. The least you could do is allow me a face-to-face conversation.
Straightforward as always, I see. You know, there are certain...
And when has... I don't like to waste my time on baseless lies and speculation.
You're right.
So...
No,
Well then, there you go. Those sort of headlines
Someone paid off the tabloids to publish the same art.
Every house?
It seems your rival
What sort?
a photo.
Yesterday?
Here, I've got a copy. See for yourselves.
Behind the scenes, the truth. Relying on it.
I don't know what happened, and I don't want to comment on things that I didn't see with my own eyes.
Yeah,
I appreciate you standing up for me, Paimon.
That's right. The court of public opinion has
But that was so long.
in the world of fact, they claim that most of your clientele are
The absurdity.
Well, maybe your clientele, but with the way this article...
Venger.
But I'm no longer that. I'd be perfectly happy to work with you again after this. Let me offer you a piece...
You're free to wait things out. Have you ever thought maybe this attitude of mine is
fair enough. Then...
Understood.
So,
Without the accessories. Public opinion has never been about what's true and what's not. It's about echo. I should have.
well, guess all we can do is just head back for now.
Traveler! Paimon!
Charlotte, what are you doing here?
Looking for you, of course. Did you see those fashion tabloids this morning?
You mean that's...
You too, huh? Whoever wrote that article, Miss Chiori doesn't...
That's great!
It's my pleasure. She was the one who made the hat and tie for my camera. Speaking of Miss Chiori, do you...
She was...
No more free coffee for me.
If you ask me, I think Chioria Boutique is done for.
I mean, what did they expect? Engaging with criminals behind their customers' backs.
They kept up a solid front, though. I've even bought from them before. Really? How was it? The owner was plenty fierce, that's for sure.
Oh no, we've lost her. Did you hear what...
Miss Chiori doesn't often appear. It's also true that her way of dealing with things can be a little...
Wait a second. You don't think Chiori might have gone...
That would only make the situation...
You've got a point. Let's just return to the boutique and see if she's there then. Olaf, we're back! Oh, who's this?
Ah, this is Miss Letitia. She's also here to...
Oh, you were the one who came to
Oh, no.
Ah, so you've come across...
Yeah, you... My fiancé owns a small bit. He probably noticed how often
And then?
And then...
But didn't Chiori say...
Yes. She heard me out.
Well, that's a good thing,
It is good. It's just... After I went home yesterday, I couldn't help but take out the dress and try it on.
Ah, what are...
Well, see, that he's seen a lot of...
Huh?
Yeah.
Miss Letitia, I'd really like to use your story for...
Huh?
I think it'd go a lot... Hey, Olaf!
Huh?
Well, we would...
Oh, I remember...
In that case, why don't we split up? All right, sounds good. There you are, Chiori!
Uh-huh.
She did. We were just looking for you at the shop and Letitia was there. She wanted to thank you for the dress. So, you see? don't have to be sad. We'll figure out how to get through this together.
I'm not upset. I just wanted to get some fresh air. Want to sit here with me? The view's quite stunning. Don't worry.
All right, don't mind it.
Well, how does it feel?
This place is pretty great.
Right? It's quiet and open.
Yeah, it's important to take yourself out of that kind of stressful environment.
I didn't grow up in a very strict... I would get together with...
Whoa, Paimon would have...
But even as rambunctious as I was, it was as if I discovered... My parents noticed, and they sent me to study under a famous Inazuman tailor. It wasn't long before I had driven away pretty much every master tailor on the archipelago.
You were that
I wasn't misbehaved, exactly. I just... on top of that. Anyway, a few incidents later, I soon found myself without a
No wonder you left.
I was angry and frustrated.
Well, that's a great dream to...
After that, I had a lot of fun starting it. I had a... Of course, as I... Oh, yeah. She did... Who would have thought? Alright, that's...
Ooh, looks like you've...
Back? It was never gone to begin with.
Paimon thinks we should look for evidence that Charlotte's already worked...
I don't like duking. I know where
Sounds good. As for a fact...
Huh? When did this become...
but you...
Well, it's true that I haven't quite figured out. To tell you the truth, even here in Fontaine, every time I see the sea, I can't help thinking about all that. The sea. Seashells, coral. Come.
Chiori! Wait, hold up!
Skyward! Scatter! Shine down! And south! Skyward! Scatter!
Chiori, why did you just jump into the sea all of a sudden?
Paimon, what do you think is the most beautiful thing in the sea?
A Lumitwall? Or a pearl, maybe? Oh, coral's pretty, too. Oh, Paimon gets it now! You want to use things like that as the accessories for your designs!
Well, now that you hit the nail on the head, help me grab some, would you?
Leave it to us! These should be enough, right? Chiori will... Great! So are we gonna head back now and make some new designs?
Yes, but don't forget, we've got more than just the designs to worry about when we get back. Okay, we've got the materials for the accessories. Next, we'll need to use what we have on hand to create some new outfits.
You mean we have to start from scratch? Will there be enough time?
I should be able to make it, if I skip out on sleep.
Oh no, skipping out on...
Ganyu? Who's...
A friend of ours who does... Well, anyway...
Well, I can't argue with you there. One thing's for sure, though. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make it work. All this grit and determination. It reminds me of the first fashion week I ever participated in.
What else can we help with?
Let me see. I suppose all there's left to do is tear up all the outfits currently on display.
You got it!
You heard me. When I went to that first fashion week, I had no savings to speak of. Just a few. I had to make something. If it worked back then.
What? You...
I know.
Okay.
No need to be nervous, of course. Just this once, though. I think I can make an exception. Go ahead and tear them up. Think of it as a good way to vent your emotions. Good job. That should do it.
Chiori, are you alright? Sorry for taking so long. I got caught up and... Whoa. Who did this? Give me their names. Since they're all too eager to tear up other people's clothes...
Maybe you should calm down a bit first.
Huh?
Ugh, what
Oh.
Navia sure is scary when she's angry.
If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a false accusation.
You and Chiori...
Of course. Everyone knows that Chiori makes the most gorgeous
Now,
As if you'd enjoy designing something as boring and formulaic. Plus, with how much you're into...
if I had it my way, it would be the other way around.
Anyway, we both know why I'm here.
If it's not too much trouble.
Oh, no problem. I've got a... When are you going to get started?
Actually...
Ask away.
Oh, and Traveler and Paimon?
I'm done with my interview. Has Miss Chiori made it back yet? Who did this? Give me names. I'll make sure...
Not this again.
Keep up.
Lynette! Great, you're both here.
A moment later and you'd have missed us.
We read the article in the papers. We were just about to go find Miss Chiori. She helped design a number of our costumes in the past and even sponsored one of our performances. The time has come, it seems, for us to return the favor.
Oh, perfect! She was the one who sent us!
In that case,
Okay, so it's like...
Is that all we'll need to do?
Should be a piece of cake.
Paimon's glad to hear... Well then, guess it's about time we go and find some evidence for all the Chiori said we shouldn't disturb her over the next couple...
But the show's in another...
Well, according to...
A two-pronged approach?
Courtesy first.
Understood. Then we'll have faith in her...
Alright, we're counting on you! Okay, then let's all... Oh, Paimon sure hopes she won't have a hard time making all the...
You're here.
Chiori!
Just a few steps left.
Wow, that's...
Don't worry.
Okay, Paimon...
His factory is... We're just curious.
Well,
Anyway, Uter's factory is right over there. Let's hurry up and get moving. We have different marketing strategies. While
Alright.
You make a good point.
really is nobody here.
Welcome, dear visitors.
Oh, Paimon nearly fell out of the air. What is that thing?
A mechanical guide. They usually use a recorded tape to give you a tour of the factory.
Please, follow me, dear guests. First stop on our tour is a look at the gradual evolution of our clothing brand. After that, we welcome you to peruse our most popular styles.
Huh. Laterra seems to be doing pretty well for himself, doesn't he? Why would he feel the need to bother you when he could just focus on improving his own brand?
This... These are the fitting rooms. Please use them at your leisure.
Huh? There seems to be something in this fitting room. Why did the door just close?
Hold on tight, Paimon.
Why is it moving?
It seems to have stopped.
Where did this thing take us?
It seems like we're someplace deeper inside the factory.
Look out! There are guards here!
Illusion shattered!
Got her! Let's light it up!
Can't see? I'll uproot you!
Everybody stand!
There is no escape! Torn to oblivion! Skyward! Got her!
This place is filthy! Are the clothes from Utter's...
Look over there.
Ooh, that water looks...
And I...
So he was...
No wonder his clothes always felt... He's been using all manner of tricks here in a bid to cut costs.
Should...
Never mind issues with shrinking and fading.
That's terrible! This way he won't be able to try and deny anything and... Huh? Doesn't look like there's a path here.
Follow me. Let's go up.
This place seems like some kind of Huh? What's going on? Our way in's been blocked!
Seems like he knew we'd be coming.
You did say he knew you really well, didn't you?
Yes. And that's because... When I first came to Fontaine, we were both fledgling designers who longed to gain a foothold in the world of In the beginning, we both wanted to make clothes that would stand out for... But with... Finally, right before Fashion Week, he came to the conclusion, for my part...
You received the acclaim...
I don't know the...
He's just jealous...
Well, let's focus on getting out of here first. Missing the show is as good as letting him win.
There's... Oh, that doesn't seem...
forest. Keep up. I hear everything.
Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion zone.
Enshroud!
Delicate as silk.
Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion zone.
Look over there. Seems like there's a way out. Maybe we can use these mechanisms to get higher.
Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Whew. We finally made it out. Why does it feel like the movement patterns of those mechs have changed?
Warning. Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure. Warning. Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure. Warning. Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure.
We're finally out of that stinky place. Let's take this evidence and get out of here. Finally, the entrance. At last.
Oh, those chambers couldn't hold you, I see.
We've collected a bunch of evidence on all the
The evidence on your person, you mean? What makes you think I have any
More mechanical guards? Really? Ever thought about using these funds for a legitimate purpose?
Oh, but this is a legitimate purpose.
What? Destroying Chioria Boutique? Or continuing to make your rotten rag?
Proving that
You know what?
Spare me the lecture, why don't you?
Fashion?
Well, once the people witnessed their former darling's spectacular fall,
That's what you...
he realized long ago how utterly...
You gave up on your dream. But that wasn't enough, was it? You think you understand this whole...
Pathetic.
You're right. But more pitiful...
You...
Yeah, just leave this guy.
No.
But
It'll be fine. I'll deal with him.
catch up with us soon.
Trying to leave, are we?
I've held back all this time because of our past partnership, Uter. But all that... no matter what you've been... If I may borrow the word... allow me to show...
The Chioria brand represents more than a person or a trademark. It's a way of life.
Greetings, friends at Fontaine Fashion Week. Please feast your eyes on the extravaganza that Chioria Boutique has prepared for you today.
Brilliant, dazzling, and wholly unique. And most importantly,
An enduring, never-say-die spirit. That's the true meaning of the Chioria brand. And now, let's welcome the thundering seamstress, Miss Chiori herself!
Did Chiori not...
Lights! Cameras! Over here, please!
Let the show begin!
the world may change, fashion along with it, but Chioria will remain the same. No challenge is too great. Chioria caters to no one. Not even the times. Rather, Chioria will always lead the fashion of our time. Finally, let's not forget. Only those who do not give up on their dreams are worthy of this brand. Well then, I suppose all that's left to say is, Happy Fashion Week, fellow dreamers.
A little more to the left.
Like this?
Perfect.
Phew. Oh, that looks
Of course.
I didn't know you'd make a brand new signboard.
I made it before
Well, now that you mention it, perhaps our magic troupe could use one of those. Pear would need an alias, of course.
So...
Ooh, that sounds and a bit... Miss Chiori, I'm done taking pictures. You can expect the article in tomorrow's Steam.
Thank you, Charlotte.
It's my pleasure. Bringing the truth to light is a journalist's duty.
Going forward, feel free to custom order any accessories you need.
Huh?
Of course. The same goes for you too, Linny and Lynette. If you have...
What about something other?
Thank you, Chiori.
Well, I don't really need anything. I don't need anything either. So long... Actually, that about that. The Spina di Rosula has prepared a special vehicle for you, so you can just get in and we'll push it all the way out of Fontaine.
What? No, that's so embarrassing.
Ooh, do we get something nice too?
Of course. Just hold on a second.
Disrupting public order at the show.
Shivers,
If you come across...
Enjoyed that, didn't...
Says the one who pulled that stunt.
And if I had...
No.
Well, I would...
All right.
Well, friends,
I'll have to take a break. Oh, by the way,
I don't need to hear it. I'm...
You know him well.
Thanks again, Shelfra.
My pleasure. Oh, that was really quite an...
You don't say.
all right.
Traveler, Paimon, could you go wait for me at that place with the view?
a place with the...
Perfect. I'll... Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, we didn't wait long at all. But...
Here, take this.
Oh, wow! A brooch! And in the style of Chioria Boutique, too! Wait, Paimon gets one as well?
I've only made 2 for now. After much you've been a great help. There were even times...
Well, we may...
I know for certain that I've chased my dream for so long that I've come to understand. Apart from a single person can only do so much. Without all your help,
Chioria Boutique could have easily fallen to ruin.
Well, Paimon doesn't think it would have ever gotten to that point. Not if...
Perhaps my words were a little pretentious. But they do I'm confident in the quality of my work. Create something beautiful, and there will always be people who appreciate it.
Well, guess there's nothing to worry about then. Should we go back and join them at the victory feast?
Oh, yes, of course. But before that, you know,